Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a major story shaking up the Caribbean energy map and regional power dynamics. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio is on a high-profile visit to St. Kitts and Nevis, meeting with CARICOM leaders to discuss regional security, economic growth, and energy stability. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and every click helps us bring you exclusive updates, analysis, and insider insight on the Caribbean energy game. But behind the diplomatic meetings, there's a much bigger story unfolding, one that could completely reshape who controls oil, energy, and influence in the Caribbean. You've probably seen the headlines. The US recently carried out a dramatic operation in Venezuela, seizing President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, and disrupting Cuba's role in the region. This move isn't just about politics, it's about energy. Venezuela has some of the largest oil reserves in the world, and now US firms are being pressed to step in, secure access, and push for reforms that could tip the balance of power in the hemisphere. Meanwhile, Cuba is feeling the squeeze as Washington blocks oil shipments, worsening an already serious energy shortage and creating a growing humanitarian crisis. For Caribbean nations, this is huge. Smaller islands like Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, and Guyana are watching closely because the ripple effects are enormous. Who controls energy in the region? Which countries will step up as reliable partners for the US, and which might be sidelined? This isn't just theory, it's happening right now. Guyana, for example, is already booming with oil production, while Trinidad and Jamaica are exploring massive new reserves. The question is, who's going to come out on top as the Caribbean's main energy hub? Let's break it down. Guyana has been dominating headlines with its oil boom, attracting attention from global players like Exxon, Chevron, and even Saudi Arabia. US energy interests are deeply invested here because Guyana offers stability, massive untapped reserves, and the chance to counter China's growing presence in the region. Trinidad, meanwhile, has long been a traditional energy supplier to the US, but it's facing new competition. Jamaica is also on the map now, with potential multi-billion-barrel reserves that could change its entire economic trajectory. And all of this is unfolding while Cuba is cut off from energy supplies, which could have a domino effect across neighboring islands. So where does Marco Rubio fit into all this? His mission isn't just diplomacy. He's laying the groundwork for US influence in the Caribbean, reinforcing alliances and subtly nudging regional players to align with American interests. CARICOM leaders are being asked to navigate a complex landscape, support US-backed energy access in Venezuela, manage relations with Cuba, and ensure their own nations benefit from the shifting tides. Essentially, this is a geopolitical chess game where oil, energy security, and economic opportunity are the real prizes. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for viewers who follow Caribbean energy. With Cuba's supply lines blocked, the region could see shortages that affect everything from electricity to fuel for transportation. If Guyana and Trinidad ramp up production, they could fill the gap. And that means billions of dollars in investment, job creation, and geopolitical leverage. But the stakes are high. Choose the wrong side, and smaller nations risk economic instability, loss of foreign investment, or being caught in international disputes. This is why today's talks between Marco Rubio and Caribbean leaders matter far more than the headlines let on. And don't forget Venezuela. If US companies gained full access to its oil, we could see a dramatic shift in the Caribbean energy landscape. Cuba, meanwhile, is isolated and struggling. This combination could tilt influence decisively toward countries that cooperate with Washington. For viewers, this is not just politics. It's about who controls energy, jobs, and economic stability in the Caribbean over the next decade. Here's the bottom line. The Caribbean is at a crossroads. Guyana is booming, Trinidad is trying to reclaim relevance, Jamaica is rising, and Cuba is isolated. US policy is accelerating these shifts, and regional leaders must make tough choices. This is a story of power, energy, and strategy, the kind that shapes not just countries, but the future of the entire region. If you want to stay ahead of these developments, know which countries will dominate energy, who's losing influence, and what it means for your future. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and every click helps us bring you exclusive updates, analysis, and insider insight on the Caribbean energy game. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching and stay tuned, because the next move in this Caribbean energy battle could